Hello everyone! Today I'm here to talk to you about the ridiculousness of homeopathy. Now for those of you who have no idea what it is, congratulations! You haven't been exposed to this stupid alternative medicine. Basically, the idea to homeopathy is you have an ailment, or a problem or a disease or something like that, so you treat that disease with a watered down version of that disease. Now by watered down I don't mean a ratio of 2 to 1 or maybe even 3 to 1. I mean watering down so much that there isn't enough in the molecule of the original treatment that is left in this water treatment that you get to actually be tested or found. So it is diluted so much and so much and so much to the point where it actually doesn't exist anymore. Now, you might think, but that isn't science. That cannot treat you and that won't work. This is where you're wrong. Homeopathy is based on the fact that these people believe that water has a magical memory and it will memorize this treatment, and by treatment I mean the thing that you're sick with, and it will treat you by you ingesting this watered down version of your ailment. Yes, confusing, isn't it? Now, I know it is a logical and argumentative fallacy to take things to such extremes that they become ridiculous. However, I would like to point out the ridiculousness of homeopathy by giving you an example. Now, this is a little bit graphic, but say you had terrible diarrhea. Homeopathy would suggest that you buy a very expensive treatment in which shit has been diluted down enough so that there isn't really any shit left in the water, but the memory of it is there, and therefore you drink that water with the memory of shit in it, and that will cure your shitting. Oh. Now, if this were the case, none of us would ever get diarrhea because all the water we drink from the taps or from water bottles at least has a little bit of poo in it. Yes, think about that next time you have a nice cold drink of water. So, from a homeopathic point of view, the world actually should be cured of all bowel-related problems then. Now, of course, homeopathy has been clinically experimented on, and surprise, surprise, no significant results were found. Plenty of double-blind trials. For those of you who aren't sure what that is, it is when the participants of the experiment and the experimenter do not know which tablets or treatment the experimental group is having. It might be a placebo, it might have been the homeopathic pill or treatment. So they are both blind to it, so none of them can have any bias as to knowing whether they're actually being treated or not. So homeopathy was basically found to be just as good as a placebo, which sometimes does work, but a placebo is basically a sugar pill, and I certainly do not want to be paying all the money that people shell out for homeopathic treatments if I can get the same result taking a sugar pill. As the great Tim Minchin said, you know what alternative medicine that's been proven to work is called? Medicine. Now, of course, you're going to get all those people out there that are going to use anecdotal evidence for homeopathic treatment. Anecdotes do not stand up in the world of science or the scientific method. Saying that, oh, I had a cold and I took this homeopathic remedy and it was gone the next day, does not stand up in science or in common sense, really, because colds don't tend to last that long. So it's probably just a major coincidence that you happen to take the treatment before your body naturally recovered from the cold anyway. So you are not going to get through to anyone who really believes that it works, because the placebo, as I previously mentioned, confirms their bias towards this treatment, called confirmation bias. As much as we can attack people with science and the scientific method and results of double-blind trials and just common sense, really, you are probably not going to convince them that their homeopathic treatment is as good as drinking a glass of water, if not worse, because the molecule has been watered down to such an extent where it pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Plus, as I said, if homeopathic treatments really did work and water had memory, and the ailment was treated by the ailment, none of us would have any bowel problems. So I just wanted to do a little ranty rant on the stupidity and ridiculousness of homeopathic treatments, and how many people are making millions off selling them to daft people. So if you or any one of your family or friends suggests that you take a homeopathic treatment, just remember, you can't treat shit with shit. Thanks, guys.